I'm not sure what to think of this fragrance because I couldn't find it on Fragrantica, but it has the word oud in it with a bunch of other words that I don't quite understand. But I do have the page pulled up for it, so this is going to be a little bit off beaten path from the usual style of review since we won't have Fragrantica pulled up. But I do got some information, and nonetheless, I hope we have a banger on our hands. Strap up. Sing, 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 boom. All right, welcome to the Scent Bubble. I am your host for the evening. Today, from the house of, I believe, Hayati New York, we have Habibi Albi Oud, which is a unisex EDP. The essence of love captured in a bottle, let passion linger in the air with Habibi Albi Oud, the fragrance that speaks the language of the heart, opening fresh. Well, we're not going to say the notes. Bold yet intimate. This is a fragrance made for unforgettable evenings and timeless love stories. I'll show you guys this page here in a second. Key ingredients in here: nutmeg, lavender, agarwood oud, and patchouli. Based out of New York, it seems like. Looks like kind of wannabe Electimus, so I know nothing else about this brand. Do they have kind of like a about me, our story? I guess I should read that before we get into this. At Hayati, I don't think this is a clone brand, guys, because if you go to Fragrantica, they do have Hayati on there. At Hayati, love is our guiding force, meaning my life. Hayati is inspired by real love stories along the Hudson River. From enchanting couples to captivating city aromas, every scent tells a story. Love in all its forms is the heartbeat of our brand. This journey led to our first successful scents, Habibi Albi Oud. So this is a part of the beginning stages of their success, Sahara Desert Oud and Rose Oud Elixir. Within just 12 months, we developed and launched new products under Hayati New York. This collection remains our guiding light. Okay, enough of the small talk. Let's get it in. It does have oud in it. I don't know. We'll see if it's fake or real. That'll make a huge difference on how long I can wait before I, go wash this off. I think this might be shout out to Kix. Maybe Kix sent this to me. I don't know who the heck sent this to me because I don't know how I would have got my hands on this. Here I am splashing lemon water and what is it? Not pre-workout. Lemon water and gosh dang it. Creatine. There we go. Okay, guys. Let's smell this. Let's engage. Let's engage with our higher self. So, what do I feel about this? Sits on skin way different than it does on the test strip. Decent scent on the test strip. That agarwood oud, I don't know if it's a natural. I really am kind of curious now because it does smell real. Or at least, microdose real. You know what I'm saying? This is a nice oud, man. This is a nice oud. I can't front. It's almost like, man, I'm sorry, guys. I'm struggling here for words. It's it's Tom Ford Oud woodish, but with like a bear hug of nutmeg. But then it's got this like floral brush or this earth brush on top of it. It's like a 3-texture fragrance. You have these rich agarwood oud chips. It's not funky oud. Don't think oud how we know it in Fragcom, where it could be a million different types of, bird poop, basically. This is clean wood chips oud, but it's got a density, like a wet, density. No, it is airy though. It just has like again a musty bear hug. That's what it is, a musty bear hug of like this nutmeggy lavenderish thing going on. I don't know what I would use this for, but it's a really nice scent. It's different though. It's artistic. Let's switch screens. So as you guys can see, kind of like wannabe Electimus baby light. I do like this little video. This is dope. You guys seeing this? And surprisingly, it's not like it's not anything relate. You see Habibi and all that stuff, and you're like, am I getting a Middle Eastern type of scent profile? I don't think so at all. The oud is very clean. It's just got this nutmeg tint. But then the patchouli lavender, it's mostly a lavender, but it's this airy like whoosh kind of brush of like this musty but super fresh air. You guys know how oud wood is. It's this clean, classy wood smell, but there's like almost like a damp, wet airiness to oud wood. And this has that, but that nutmeg tint takes it slight sweet green floral, but not floral like flower, like lavender, like not even medicinal, like almost like a lavender almost functions like this aromatherapeutic flower, so it's got this kind of aromatherapeutic green earth brush over this bear hug of nutmeg. And that's like 40% of the fragrance that sits on top of this clean wood chip oud wood that's not funky. Feels very much wood chips and clean with damp, airy freshness. Hard to describe this one, boys. Yeah. Saffron, nutmeg, lavender, agarwood, oud, patchouli, and musk. It is very musky, for sure. Romantic evenings. I could see this. It's not the most intimate, like a stronger with you type of intimacy. This is more of like, I'm rich and I kind of love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's mostly about the dude. This is a very ego-driven classiness with the tiniest bit of sweetness for intimacy. This guy would. This is the type of fragrance where like the guy, he would be wearing this whether you were there or not. But it is unisex. But it does feel masculine. But a really, really high-end, classy woman could do this too. Like if she's dressed down to the nines. Dang, this is fancy grown folk right here. It's so fresh. I think an ambitious 30 and up I would go with here. But man, this is different. This is like, dinner on the rooftop. This is rooftop dinner night. When I took my wife to this 5-star hotel, it has multiple tiers and like multiple pools and stuff. And on the top, there's like a U-shaped rooftop that has like in the middle of it is like an outdoor lounge. Right above it is a private restaurant that overlooks all the water and all the city, because Arizona is really flat. So if you elevate anything, you could see all of Arizona. And I could just see, like, I would have wanted to I wore Tres Oros on the couple nights I took her out, and that was just, but this is on some like, again, think oud wood, think oud wood, think Aaron Terrence Hughes Unicorn, think Midnight Raspberry from day 3. That clean, crisp woodness with that slight damp wetness with that airiness. But in this case, the unique facet is like with Midnight Raspberry, they use the raspberry, and then they use a oud that naturally has like a sweetness to it. And then with Unicorn, I don't know what the heck's making that sweet, but it feels like iris or violet leaf or something like that. Here, it's It's saffron and nutmeg. It's a different face. Almost like this comparison I'm going to make is not scent profile. I'm talking about concepts. So don't think about the literal smell, but like when you smell like Dior Homme Parfum or Dior Homme Intense, and how there's a fragrance that I tell people, you know, if you hate Iris, but you want to love Dior Homme because of that style of that just intense, alluring sexiness, there's a fragrance from Javoy called Ombre Premier, which is basically like doing what Dior Homme is doing, but completely remove the whole iris profile and stick amber in there. So you get the amber and the velvety suede touch with all the undercarriage. And because you completely removed iris, you completely changed the identity of the fragrance, but you evoke the same feeling because it's going the same direction, you know? This does that too. Like it feels very unicornish, midnight raspberry-ish, but then it rides its own pocket because it's nutmeg and saffron. So it kind of just, it gives this, it covers the same intimate, close proximity base as those two. Unicorn represents the loudest and the eternalness. Midnight raspberry kind of, for me, represents more of the intimate, close quarter projection, but still does what unicorn does. And this sits right in the middle because I imagine this is like a 6-hour type of fragrance. I don't think this is going to be eternal. I don't think this is going to be more than 3 feet of projection. The scent, it will have a sillage, you know, it will have a sillage, but a very oud woodish sillage. It's not that, it is not a lingering sillage. It's like, as long as you walk within my path for, you know, a second or two after I walked through, you will catch it for sure. But if I left and it's been like 30 seconds, you might just get a trace of like, well, somebody else was in here, but I don't know who it was. Yeah, I'm into this. This is kind of cool. Like it's weird though. Like it's not mass appealy. It's artsy. I think it could be mass appealy, but the man makes the fragrance here for sure, or the woman makes the fragrance here. Again, imagine like Tom Ford Oud Wood. There's two people, Tom Ford Oud Wood and like Arabian's Tonka, and they met each other. They were both in a hurry to work and they both bumped into each other and they rubbed up against each other. It's got this very Arabian's Tonka, but mostly Tom Ford Oud Woodishness about it. Guys, it's a vibe, man. It's a vibe. I know I've been describing this fragrance a lot, but you know, I don't have Fragrantica, so I can't give you like a rating score on it. I'm at least at an 8 with it, and depending on its performance, I might drive it up to a 9 just due to uniqueness. Definitely got to put your nose on it. Honestly, the weight of it feels year-round, but I feel like it's mostly a fall-winter scent and then a nighttime spring-summer vibe after 4 p.m. and after hours type of scent. A breeze with this is the most ideal. You know, light breeze would be ideal. Elements, I think, would wreck this, but I do think it can go in fall-winter. You just got to pack the sprays on. Yeah, I like this, man. This is the kind of scent that'll remind you of a few different things in your fragrance journey, but it's doing its own thing with that saffron, nutmeg, and lavender top. It's really unique. I love that they put the agarwood oud in the mid because the dry down isn't all about wood. That patchouli, it really, the dry down is about musk and patchouli, but the saffron stays around surprisingly long. I mean, gosh. Yeah, this is a statement piece, guys. It says it's best for romantic evenings, special gifts, and a statement signature scent. I agree with that. I hate these bottles, though. I never thought Electimus bottles were very cool. They're very gargantuan and brolic and cool to look at, but like it almost feels like a buff jock trying to dress nice, even though you know he doesn't shop for suits, but you know he has to dress out for the games or something. Like he just looks ridiculous. Like Electimus bottles to me have always just felt like some rich guy just had like a bunch of cool materials, but he had no swag and just made these big bottles that just, I mean, I guess, you know, men with egos look at them and feel like the all the material and the size of it is like makes it look cool on the shelf. And I guess it does compared to like designers and stuff, but compared to a lot of the other more finessed offerings in the niche category, they've always just looked obnoxious. Um, Even like, and that's another episode for another day. As you can see, if I'm constantly going to my arm, I do like it. It's almost like even like mind games in one sense, when you're holding a mind games bottle and you see them all together, they look dope. The whole chess idea, the color, the aesthetic, the sense, they really did all that well. But sometimes I just look back and I go, the gloss finish, like I really think they would have benefited from a semi-gloss, a semi-matte finish, because like when you really look from the outside looking in, it's like gloss black and silver in their chess pieces. So they almost kind of come off to me looking like a cheap chess set, where you can get the giant pieces. Like this is, a bishop, but it's like, yeah, it's huge. So it's got substance, but there's no finesse to this. It's just big for no reason. Mind games, sometimes I look back and squint at them and I'm like, you know what? Initially, I thought these were like all dope, but these bottles kind of just look big for no reason. Like I don't actually prefer the art style. I want to because it's chess and I love chess and I love black and the gradient black and all that. But like, there's something too flashy about their bottles, and they smear, and I don't know. I definitely prefer their white gray style than the black. But that's neither here nor there. You guys can see I'm trying to filibuster. I like this scent. It's an 8 out of 10. I will check in with you guys later because I'm definitely going to wear this. Again, it's imitating one of my favorite profiles. Definitely going to wear this again. Might potentially get a bottle of this if it can at least go like 6 hours for me, because I would want a scent like this to do that. I do want to see what the cost is for you guys. So it retails at $230 and it sells for $150. And what's the size? What is the size? Oh, you get a free men's discovery set with your purchase. That's cool. What is the size of this bottle? I mean, it looks like 100 ml, guys. I'm going to give it a couple more seconds. Each fragrance offers 17 to 30% concentration. What are the sizes on these bottles? I think it's 100 ml, guys. You're just going to have to trust me on this. But look it up yourself. Again, this was Habibi Albi Oud, and I'll put that in the title for you guys. I'll even put a link to this website so you can find it. They do have a coupon right here, 25% off site-wide, but I think they already applied that on the add to cart. But I'm not mad at this. This looks pretty good. We're going to explore this house this year, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. More importantly, turn that notification bell. Talk to me. I do talk back. Sprays on this. I'm so out of order. Sprays on this, I'm going 6 to 10. Fall, winter, I'll probably 8 to 10. Spring, summer, probably 6 in the evening if I decide to wear it. Signature scent worthy. I think it is. It leans masculine due to the Tom Ford Oud Wood reference. The right woman could wear this. Ages, I'm going 30 plus. It's more of an experimental signature fragrance. It's not super mass appealy. And alternatives, Midnight Raspberry, Unicorn from Aaron Terrence Hughes, Day 3 fragrances with the Midnight Raspberry, or Tom Ford Oud Wood. You got all price points there, $100 to $300 fragrances. So anyways, love you guys. And until next time, hope y'all stay blessed.